So I'm back again, everyone, for Animuscle. Back with the macronutrient mini-series, part 2. This is going to be covering fats, which are essential in your diet. So let's get straight into it. What are fats? Fats are an important nutrient that are essential for health. Fat molecules known as triglycerides contain glycerol, which is a sugar alcohol, and 3 fatty acids, which is why it's triglycerides. Just like carbs, fat provides your body with energy. It also acts as insulation to keep you warm. It's required for the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, and is a source of essential fatty acids like omega-3. In the blog I've also covered in the past about omega-3 and krill oil. That's the example. Your body can't make omega-3 so itself, so that's why it's important to get it in your diet. It's important for healthy brain function. In fact, in every cell of the body, it needs it to function properly. There are 3 types of dietary fat. So, what are they? The first one is unsaturated fat. Unsaturated fat is liquid at room temperature and is generally considered a healthy fat. There are 2 types of unsaturated fats, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Omega-3 is a type of polyunsaturated fat. Research suggests that consuming regular amounts of unsaturated fat can provide a variety of health benefits, such as promoting heart health and reducing the risk of death. And we don't want that. Saturated fat. So saturated fat is solid at room temperature. It's typically found in animal products and some plants. Saturated fat has long been associated with an increased risk of heart disease, inflammation, and unhealthy cholesterol levels. But science is not straightforward. More recent research has called the link between saturated fat and heart disease into question. So a lot of people that talk about, you need to cut red meat out of your diet. I would argue not, me personally. I eat meat, I love it, tastes great, but ethical standpoint, I totally understand people who are vegan. I understand it. It's personal preference to me. It's in my diet. It's a fantastic source of protein as well, but obviously you get the benefits of having that fat put into your diet as well. So that's why I maintain it in my diet. Off track there. And the third one, trans fats. So artificially made trans fats are made by processing vegetable oil. It is also known as partially hydrogenated oil. Small amounts of naturally occurring trans fats can be found in beef and dairy fat. Consumption of trans fats is linked to certain health conditions and complications, such as unhealthy cholesterol levels, an increase in inflammation, and insulin resistance. The use of partially hydrogenated oil is now banned in the US. In the UK, trans fats are still found in many ultra-processed and fast foods. So yeah, you've got to keep your eye out for them. Which is why it's important if you're sort of starting on your journey of either trying to track your calories a bit better, track your diet, or even if you're experienced and you're looking at trying new foods, and most foods, if they're processed now, tend to have labels on the back stating the macros in them. Always check them out, because something that could appear healthy on the surface, turn it over and look at the macros on the back, and then some stuff's quite shocking that you find. So keep your eye on it, people. It's always good to do. It can be a bit, try not to be too obsessive with it, but if you are conscious about your health, trying to get in shape, diet's a massive part of it. So, invest some time into it. And once you get used to it, it then becomes very, very much easier, simpler, more straightforward as you get more into it. So stick with it, because it's like learning anything. You learn to ride your bike by falling off it a number of times before you take the stabilisers off, and then watch, you're on your way. Anyway, best sources of fat. Your body needs fat to function, but quality of it is key. Fats that have been processed can change the way your body responds to food. So unsaturated fats are the healthiest option. While research is changing the way some experts view saturated fats, sticking to moderate amounts is in line with your official dietary guidelines. Low-fat dairy products often contain added sugar, which may contribute to excess weight gain. So, when you get no-fat yogurt, especially in low-fat yogurt, when you compare it to the full fat or just whole dairy alternative, you may find that it may be low on calories, but it's going to have added sugar to it. So it's a trade-off about meeting your calories against dropping your sugar intake, really. And obviously, added sugar can cause excess weight and interfere with blood sugar control. So opting for full fat dairy, even though it's higher in saturated fat, can often be healthier than the low fat alternatives. So some examples of healthy fats are nuts, seeds, vegetable oils. You have to be very careful with the oils because, when you get ones like canola oil, sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, basically processed oils, try and avoid them. Try not to use them. Olive oil is the better one, coconut oil. They're typically the two that I'd always suggest. There are others, but they're like the main two, especially extra virgin olive oil. Oily fish such as trout and mackerel, great source of fats in it, and your omega-3 as well. Avocados, so obviously unprocessed avocados, and moderate amounts of full fat dairy, so whole milk, cheeses, put them in. How your body responds to fat is unique, and it's down to factors including your gut microbiome, age, weight, and whether you live with a chronic condition. So if you are unsure, you've got long-term health conditions, consult a nutritionist. They are probably going to be the best people to put you on the right path. And funnily enough, mention that a friend of mine from Chesterfield called Shane Nugent, he's working with, he's got his own nutrition company and he works with Quantum Leaps. 100% check him out, especially if you're a fitness professional and you've got a lot of clients. They're doing some fantastic stuff at the minute. They really are pushing the boundaries and they are have a genuine invested interest in people's health. So check them out. And if you are interested in signing up, get in touch with him because he's a really good bloke to work with. His company's fantastic. Ethically, it's a good company. Local to Chesterfield, where I'm from as well. So win-win. So that wraps that one up, guys. Fats are done. Bish, bash, bosh. Last one is protein, and that's coming up in part 3. So stick with it. One more to go.